Hey guys, welcome to my vlog, The Father's Triumph Over MDS. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm sorry I haven't done a vlog recently. It's been a couple of weeks now, but I actually was struggling with energy, trying to focus on things, and now I feel good. Last couple of days I've actually been able to do stuff, and so I thought I'll upload to YouTube and update everyone on what's been happening in my life. So since the last vlog, I got sent home a couple of days after, and I managed to spend, say, a good week with my family. And in that time, I was still in chemo. Yep, I was tired. I didn't manage to do much, but just being in their presence, being with them is such a good thing. I wouldn't want to change that. But I also got two options given to me when I was doing my time with my family, because what's essentially happening is I have to go in twice a week to get my bloods checked, and also to get transfusions. So if I need more red cells or need more platelets, transfusions. But what was happening is every time I went in, I would get jabbed like 3 or 4 times, like a cannula, blood tests, all those type of things. And so the doctors gave me two options. So essentially, Tristan, we can keep stabbing you in the arms, because we enjoy it. Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, keep stabbing you in the arms and keep missing and all those type of things and just be covered in bruises. Or we can install something more semi-permanent. And so I went for option B, the semi-permanent option, and it's called a PIC. And basically, it's a semi-permanent cannula kind of concept. Basically, a plastic straw goes into my area around the heart, not in the heart, but basically gives access to a vein that's closer to the whole system. And there they can withdraw, they can input without having to stabbed me 3 or 4 times. It's really good, it's really functional. One thing I've noticed too is that it's getting itchy. I don't think I'm allergic, but what I think is happening is because this bandage is supposed to stop the bacteria from going in, it's also stopping moisture and other things to go in. And so what I found out is, you can try this if you have one and you've gone through the same problem. I put a moisturizer, I've got bio oil. I put moisturizer around the outside, and it takes away that itchiness and makes it 100 times better. And so, hey, maybe you're allergic, or maybe you're just a bit, you need a bit of moisturizer. Hope that helps anyone out there. So I now have this, and it's working fantastic, and it makes my life a lot easier. So I've actually used it a few times. I've had a few transfusions now of platelets. My counts were for the last few weeks, my red cells are about 80 to 90. That's why I'm tired all the time. My neutrophils are 0.2. So that's why I'm on all these other drugs for antibacterial, antifungal, all those type of things. And neutrophils are supposed to be 1.5 or more. So 0.2 is very low. Platelets are under 20. That's why I'm getting platelet transfusions, making sure I don't just sporadically bleed in my body or anything like that. And I keep getting blood counts to make sure that I'm okay to live outside of hospital. So twice every week, get blood counts. So for the end of my 28-day cycle of chemo, I was planning to go in for my bone marrow biopsy. And so I went in, everything went well. They took my bloods, they did the biopsy, but then they found out something was wrong with my liver. And I'm talking, I had no pain, no symptoms, no, I wasn't yellow, I wasn't sick in any way. But when they took my bloods, they found out that my liver counts were through the roof. They were supposed to be under 55, but some of those counts were in the 400 ranges, some were even 700. So something was happening to my liver. So they kept me in the hospital for another week and did a whole bunch of tests. And in that test, they found out that I am on a drug for antifungal drug. And they found out that that drug was affecting my liver. So now that is out, and I just got some other stuff to try and boost my neutrophils instead. Another cool thing they found. I mean, this is cool, right? This is bragging rights cool. I have a 7 centimeter gallstone. 7 centimeters. You know, how cool is that? And so I did a bit of research, and I think the biggest one that they've actually operated and took out was 12.5. So I'm not far off. You know, if I work diligently and work hard, then I might be able to catch up to 12.5 and get my name in the record books. How cool would that be? Anyway, so I don't think my wife appreciates it, but you know, just take an adventure. You know, take the risk, I reckon. Anyway, they found the gallstone. They kept prodding it, kept poking it, kept scanning it, and look, it doesn't affect me in any way. It doesn't affect my liver apparently, and so there's just no operation planned, and they're just going to keep an eye on it. So after the week of hospital, after the scans and all that, they sent me home, and I was just still really tired from the chemo. Really tired, still recovering. And in fact, I had been off the chemo for a week already. So when after the biopsy, they took me off the chemo, and I was not on it, but I was still struggling with the energy. That's been a week now, week and a half, and it's only just now where I've actually started to recover from that. Yeah. But the biopsy came back with a report, and this is fantastic. This is good news, guys. I'm going to give God the glory here. I started 6-7 weeks ago with a 15% blast report of leukemia in my system. After just one cycle, they couldn't find any. Like under 1%. I don't know. I didn't see the report myself. This is what the doctor's telling me. They couldn't find any. And so, one cycle of chemo, and I'm now in remission. How awesome is that? How good is God? Now, I tried to ask the doctors, hey, is this normal? They couldn't give me an answer that would tell me that it's a miracle or anything like that. I asked the nurse, who's my case manager, and she would have multiple clients. She would see multiple reports, and she reckons that this is amazing. So I'm going to give God the glory. It's just another piece of something in our journey that God's showing me, showing my family, my wife and I, that He's with us. No matter the outcome, this is all part of His plan. And I'm thinking there might be people out there who don't get the same report I do. But you just got to look for those little victories in your journey, and just really see God moving in those victories, and just give Him the glory, and just know, and just ask for wisdom on where He wants you to go. So, remission. I am now in remission, and what does that mean? Essentially, that means nothing is going to change. In my life, nothing's going to change. I'm still going to be doing the chemo cycles, and I'm still going for the bone marrow transplant. The chemo cycles are there because there is a small chance that if there's cancer there, it will adapt to the chemo. And so what they want to do is try and squish the chemo and just keep it dead. Keep the virus dead, the cancer dead, and don't give it any chance to recover and adapt to the chemo. So that's the idea. And when I get the bone marrow transplant, they kill my bone marrow, it reduces the risk of the cancer actually being in the system after the bone marrow transplant. So this is what's going to happen. So that's the plan. That's the journey that we're still on. And I look back and I reflect, and I'm just really want to share something that I've kind of learning at this stage. And I think if you're going through my journey, if you're going through something like this, you need to probably listen, and I hope this blesses you with a bit of wisdom. I think it's godly wisdom, but basically what's happening is I'm learning to balance my life. As a cancer patient, I have to learn to understand how much energy I have, what's really important in life, who should I focus on. So I've had a few projects that I've wanted to do in my time to try and make money. I've had a few people that I should call, and all these social arrangements and all these things, events and projects to work on. And I've had to balance my life to make sure I focus on what's important. Family, focus on friends, focus on my relationship with God. So I've had to focus on this. And the balance part too is very important for the people you love, the closest ones to you. I think it's very important that even though you're the cancer patient, you're the person going through this journey, you have to balance your life, but at the same time, you have to make sure that your family are not victims as well, and that they have a good balance as well. So you have to make sure that you are not sacrificing your life, you're not sacrificing your health, but you have to make sure, this is a God thing, you have to make sure your family, the people you love, are still living a healthy and abundant life. That they're still hanging out with people, they're still enjoying life. Make sure that they're not stuck living a life for doctors and sickness and all those type of things. So you have to make sure, and you have to try and get them to go out, to go hang out with people, because they won't want to. But you have to make sure that they do that, because it's so important that they get to live their life and not be stuck in your routine. So that's my little reflection, guys. Remember, it's a crazy journey, and you need Jesus every step of the way. And God has given us so much wisdom in how to live our life, how to apply that wisdom in our lives. And I think one of the key ones is as a husband, as a father, it says in the Word, it says that I should die like Christ has died for the church. So I should put myself in a position where I am still, no matter the situation, I'm still helping my family grow and prosper and do everything that they can and live a wonderful life, no matter the position that I'm in. And so I hope anyone out there, if they're in my shoes, they get to do the same thing. And just may God bless you. May God give you heaps of wisdom. And I just pray that you get the same reports that I do. I'm out of remission. I'm still in the process, but I can see Jesus moving in so many ways. So be blessed, guys.